In the twilight hours of September 29, 2017, the quiet Dutch landscape became the backdrop for a harrowing tale that would captivate and horrify the nation. Anne Faber, a 25-year-old Utrecht student with her whole life ahead of her, embarked on a bike tour that would tragically become her last. Her disappearance set off a series of events that would expose not just the depths of human depravity, but also the systemic failures that allowed such a crime to occur. This is the story of Anne Faber's tragic end, the man who took her life, and the aftermath that forced a country to confront uncomfortable truths about its criminal justice and psychiatric care systems. Imagine a young woman, Anne, cycling through the serene landscapes of the Dutch countryside, reveling in the freedom afforded by the open road beneath a sky heavy with the promise of an approaching storm. This detail casts a shadow of foreboding over her journey through the idyllic towns of Lagevuursche, Baarn, Soest, and towards her destination, the village of Den Dolder in Zeist. The last snapshot of happiness, a selfie taken at 1850 in Baarn, presaged the horror to come. As night fell, Anne disappeared without a trace, sparking a desperate search. Her personal items, a jacket, a bicycle, and a backpack, were found one by one, mute testimonies to the unfolding tragedy. The deteriorating weather and the stark contrast between the tranquil beauty of her route and the grim reality of her fate amplify the shock and sorrow of the incident. The scattered discovery of her belongings, each a poignant clue in a desperate search, highlights the community and authorities' concerted efforts to reconstruct the sequence of that tragic evening. Michael Panhuis, a man with a dark history of violence and sexual offenses, became the focal point of a heinous crime through his own chilling admission. Following a seemingly accidental collision on a remote path, he launched into a savage assault on Anne Faber, who had merely sought help. This encounter quickly escalated into a nightmare of domination and terror, leading to the ultimate act of violence, the murder of Anne Faber, and the cold, calculated burial of her body to conceal his deeds. The exploration of Panhuis's past reveals a disturbing pattern of behavior, where each criminal act served as a forewarning to the brutal confrontation with Anne. His record, littered with instances of aggression and violations, illustrates a failure of the system to adequately restrain his dangerous impulses. The confession itself, detailing the lengths he went to hide his crime, from burying the body to using chlorine for cleanup, unveils a man engulfed in fear of retribution, showcasing a deeply troubling blend of deliberate cruelty and a frantic effort to elude capture. The trial ensuing from Anne Faber's tragic demise meticulously exposed Michael Panhuis's appalling crimes, leading to a critical moment of justice for the nation in mourning. Charged with qualified manslaughter, kidnapping and rape rather than murder, the verdict highlighted the deliberate efforts Panhuis made to hide his criminal acts. The extensive legal battle, including appeals, culminated in a 28-year prison sentence coupled with compulsory psychiatric care, underlining the grave nature of his offenses and pinpointing the systemic deficiencies that facilitated such a tragedy. As Panhuis's case seized national focus, it underscored the intricacies of legal definitions surrounding manslaughter and murder within the Dutch judiciary. This differentiation, especially concerning premeditation, played a pivotal role in shaping public opinion and the final judgment. Discussions about the sentence's sufficiency, given Panhuis's prior convictions and the egregiousness of his actions, ignited debates about the criminal justice system's capacity to shield the community from habitual offenders. Furthermore, the trial phase brought to light the obstacles encountered by Anne's family in seeking justice and solace, navigating the complex web of legal procedures and interpretations. Anne Faber's case transcended its immediate legal context, casting a revealing light on the deficiencies within the Dutch psychiatric and justice systems. Michael Panhuis, despite a known history of violence, benefited from liberties that precipitated a fatal outcome. The subsequent thorough investigations identified critical failings, including inadequate risk assessments, poor information exchange, and a prioritization of offender rehabilitation at the expense of public safety. These insights triggered a nationwide introspection, ushering in tighter controls and sparking debate on the delicate equilibrium between rehabilitating offenders and safeguarding the community. This tragic event underscored the fragmented methodology in addressing the needs and risks associated with individuals prone to violence within psychiatric care. It highlighted not only the communication breakdowns among the myriad of institutions tasked with Panhuse's oversight, but also the overall system's inability to effectively gauge and neutralize potential threats. Driven by the comprehensive examination of the shortcomings revealed through Anne's case, a concerted effort to reform policies and practices emerged, aimed at rectifying the observed lapses and enhancing the mechanisms for protecting society from similar dangers in the future. The tragic demise of Anne Faber has become a powerful catalyst for reflection and reform, serving as a poignant reminder of society's ongoing responsibility to protect its members from potential harm. In response to this tragedy, the Anne Faber Scholarship was established, immortalizing her spirit through support for art students and embodying the hope for a future where such failures are averted. The subsequent reforms, including tighter management of psychiatric patient liberties, better information sharing, and a renewed focus on public safety, represent concrete steps towards honoring Faber's legacy by fostering a safer and more equitable society. These initiatives, sparked by widespread demands for change following the case, reflect a solemn pledge to enhance monitoring of individuals with a history of violence, bolster safety measures in psychiatric care, and facilitate more effective communication between law enforcement and mental health professionals. This concerted effort to amend policy and practice signifies a collective commitment to not only memorialize Anne, but to also embody the lessons learned from her story and tangible improvements to public safety and justice. Anne Faber's story transcends its origins as a tragic news item, evolving into a call to action for a deeper examination of societal values concerning liberty, safety, and the common good. It compels us to confront uncomfortable truths about human nature and the capacity for evil, while also highlighting the community's resilience and the potential for positive change in the aftermath of horror. Faber's legacy, therefore, is not just marked by the grief of her loss, but is also defined by the proactive strides towards societal betterment inspired by her memory. As we conclude today's exploration of the profound impact and legacy left by the tragic story of Anne Faber, we're reminded of the importance of collective vigilance, empathy, and the pursuit of justice in our society. Anne's memory lives on, not only in the hearts of those who knew her, but also through the significant changes implemented to ensure a safer future for all. It's a stark reminder that behind every headline lies a deeper human story, one that compels us to reflect, learn, and grow together as a community. If this video resonated with you or provided new insights, please consider showing your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Your engagement helps us continue to bring important stories to light and foster a community committed to making meaningful change. Thank you for watching, for your support, and for being part of this important conversation.